Forbidden One. A very confusing yet interesting topic when it comes to Rec Room. Rec Room itself is just a virtual reality social game with some cool custom building features, original games, events, and more, but it's nothing close to a game with any lore. Of course, little things can be seen throughout the world of Rec Room, like the number 87 appearing in random places and some Easter eggs here and there. But the Forbidden One takes the crown for being the most complex. The Forbidden One has not only been widely accepted by the Rec Room community, but at this point even the devs, with small Easter eggs as well as a full-on cosmetic item in the game for a short amount of time. Not to mention, Rec Room's latest upload as of me making this video was hijacked.
In Rec Room. So you see, let's go get started.
But first, before we can get into that, we have to figure out where this all started. Back in 2017, a weird bug started occurring. Basically, this bug would copy your avatar without shaders behind the Rec Room logo in the old loading screen. Players had reported sighting this figure in-game, which sparked an increase of curiosity on the dark figure. Using this image here, I can sort of spot the shape of a head in the background. On a search to find the first ever post, I found this post by ShadyMace22. Now I'm not sure if this is the earliest known evidence of the Forbidden One, but still, this is an old post from a year ago. There is a black figure on the login screen. Just look behind you and stare for about a minute, then you see an outline with specks. It's unnerving. Surprisingly, there's even some replies to this post saying that they also saw it themselves. And the first one to call it the Forbidden One that I could find was Yesent72.
The Forbidden One is always watching.
Now, who knows if this is actually where the name came from, but I just thought it was something to note. After finding this post, I came across another one. The OP of the other post asks a simple question: is the Forbidden One real? With a few people commenting to assure that it's nothing but a fan theory. But someone by the name A Tasty Biscuit comments,
"Where did you hear that it's getting put into the lore? Also, it started out as a, now deleted, post from like a year or so ago."
Now, according to this reply, there was an earlier post now deleted. Now, I do think that the older post could be the one from ShadyMace22. However, ShadyMace's post is still up and not deleted. But what I did find in the same thread was actually from the OP, who sent a video from another Reddit post. This post actually contained a screen recording of a reply to the OP's question from Rec Room themselves on Instagram. They asked them if the Forbidden One had any lore. In response, they sent them a transcript of an old tape. The tape's date, February 23rd, 1987.
After receiving a strange void-like substance from what looks like space, Coach, Dr. Ace Prophet, and other scientists gathered to the site to test its capabilities.
This couldn't have possibly been from our world. I have talked to Cloud, and no socket in existence matches its palette.
What if we could use this for good? This is a pretty unique color and seems to not be affected by light. Could make for some interesting builds and maps.
I completely agree. Now I can finally make that deep dark space map I always wanted to do.
It seems fine for now, but let's keep a close watch. No more than just normal geometric shapes for this substance. We don't want to mess with more than we can bargain for.
End log.
So what does this log even mean? It's kind of confusing. Well, in the log, Coach and the other scientists describe a color that is not part of Rec Room's palette. From general knowledge of the Forbidden One, it's safe to assume that this color is some shade of purple, since the Forbidden One is often shown as a purple bucket with eyes. They seem to find this weird colored substance from space, and they plan to study what it is. The most that we can figure out at this point with this given evidence is that the Forbidden One comes from another world and can defy the laws and rules of Rec Room. It has access to a color that isn't even in the game's universe itself. Who knows what else it can do? Maybe even corrupt the world of Rec Room. Now, Reddit isn't the only place I checked to see early references to the Forbidden One. The Rec Room Discord's first ever message I could find was this one sent by Zero, with the following replies to the image denying the existence of the Forbidden One, except for one from Star Centurion.
Well, never mind.
While scrolling, however, I found another weird image. 3 occasions of players saying they heard voices in their dorm room. And at first, I thought this was maybe just like 3 people going on with a little joke or something, but I found multiple references to this. Now, there are only a few of them, but still interesting. The conversation about the Forbidden One seemed to be all there was, nothing really apparent in-game, or anything official other than Rec Room teasing the community with little things here and there. But then this happened.
In the rec center, there were some random strings of ciphered text that randomly appeared. I'm not going to go into specific details of all this text and how it was all deciphered and stuff, but basically there were just some small sentences around the rec center, and there was one especially big one that when decoded gave you the name of a room that when you went to had another cipher that was even longer.
Rec Room had started to bring the Forbidden One to in-game areas. Just like BVR had explained, text strings had been appearing throughout the rec center, with one giving the name of a room with more text. Also, shout out to BVR for deciphering this. I don't really want to do it, and it's already been done, so yeah. These text streams were deciphered to read this. He's not here, hidden. He's everywhere. His corruption is what created him. I saw this thing. It looked like a player from afar, but it was this corrupted dark being. Can't even tell you what its face was. It had a purple bucket on its head with holes for eyes. All I could see was the threatening glare of bright purple eyes. For what I know, I could have been dreaming about this, but it felt real. Too real. So obviously, you could tell that this quote, or whatever, whoever said it was not the Forbidden One. It seems to be a player. Now, a little shout out to Mr. Meme Beats. I saw some videos on his theories about the Forbidden One, and he says that this is probably from the point of view of Shady Mace 22, because Shady Mace 22 was supposedly the first one to find the Forbidden One in-game, or at least post about it somewhere. In the same video from BVR, though, he shows a brief screenshot on screen showing a Rec Room update with the text, "Remove the Forbidden One." I tried to see what update this was referring to, and I think I found it, but there's something missing. The update was from March 2021, the Color Me Impressed edition. In this screenshot from BVR, you can see that the two things above the reference to the Forbidden One are also on the ship note, but there's nothing there on the Forbidden One on the actual update. I even checked the Rec Room website, and nothing. But there was still an update referencing it. August 2021, the Bento Box edition. More rooms that were experiencing infinite load times should now load correctly. No need to be scared of the dark on certain platforms, though the Forbidden One might still visit from time to time. Infinite load times kinda still exist, so who knows, you might meet the Forbidden One. But in addition to this, Rec Room added an update to the rec center where there are 2 purple buckets, as well as another purple bucket with 2 eyes floating outside the window, which is believed to be the Forbidden One himself. In late September of 2021, RecCon 2.0 happened, and with it came a lot of panels. One of these being related to the Forbidden One. Before the event, a channel on YouTube that was pretending to be the Forbidden One uploaded a short video saying "See you soon at RecCon." This video has since been privated, and as far as I know, the channel deleted. But before RecCon, Grapes, or OGrapes, had actually uploaded a video containing footage of a supposed Forbidden One. They were level 1 and had the unreleased Forbidden One t-shirt that wouldn't be available to the public until 7 days later. However, during the RecCon event for the Forbidden One, more text was found. Ever since this campus introduced theater plays, I've been ruining them non-stop by controlling its creatures with my puppeteering. A break from time to time doesn't hurt, right? Plus, that's not the only thing I'm doing. I could be everywhere at once if I wanted to. Oh, and by the way, the key you use to unlock this puzzle is the identity of the player communicating with you. Shocking, right? Not really. It was a bit expected from you all. All I could say about her is that, well, we're connected in a way. One cannot exist without the other now. Did you know that the coach you know was just a regular player a few years ago? Now, what does this mean? So at the beginning, it just flat out says that he controls the characters from the plays. This is directly referencing the quests from Rec Room. Now, when he says creatures, I expect that this is like the goblins and all the robots throughout the quests themselves. But that's a little cool detail that doesn't seem to connect with anything else right now. Just a little cool thing. Now this ties back to one thing that I said earlier. The Forbidden One doesn't follow the rules. He defies the rules of Rec Room. He could do whatever he wants. One last thing we need to acknowledge is the very last line, or last few lines. The Forbidden One basically states something about Coach. If you didn't know, Coach is basically the account that owns all the Rec Room originals in Rec Room. It's basically kind of like the owner of Rec Room in a way, and Coach is level 99 in Rec Room, which is impossible to get. So obviously Coach falls under this category of being able to defy the rules of Rec Room. But the Forbidden One says they're connected. One cannot exist without the other, now. Which probably means that this wasn't the case before. Seems like the Forbidden One is trying to cause chaos, while Coach is trying to keep everything in check. But they both are very similar in power, and whatever they could do to defy the rules of Rec Room, they have to have each other to actually exist. On February 28th, the Rec Room channel uploaded yet another video about the Forbidden One, multiple months after the RecCon event. For some context before I play the video, Rec Room has recently come out with its League of Heroes event. This event basically randomly chooses a team for every single Rec Room player. Valor, Amazings, Masterminds, and Defenders. As of now, these teams have yet to be used for something. This video uploaded by Rec Room themselves under the name Utini's Building Tips. Hijacked.
Hey everybody, it's Utini, and welcome to a special episode of How to Rec Room, where I'm going to teach you probably the most important thing about building in Rec Room. So you see, let's go get started.
Heroes think it's fun. Nothing bad happened, right? The true heroes of Rec Room are here. But I see you. Just a bunch of power-wearing misfits eyeing your attention. Now you're running off to your layers to hide. I invented hiding. Mastered it. You may have forgotten me, but I haven't forgotten you. Enjoy the town. You'll need it to wipe your tears.
The Forbidden One isn't finished. He's coming back. And soon. What do you think will happen? That's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this deep dive into the lore of Rec Room. And if there's anything you know about the Forbidden One that wasn't covered in the video, let me and the other viewers know in the comments.